Right now, there are 47,000 sales professionals searching Google how to escape sales right now. And here's what nobody tells you. The skills that you have, the sales skills, or if you're an agency owner, your communication skills are worth more to you outside of sales when you know how to package them right. I've helped over 200 burned out folks make this transition, and it is exciting because the ones who transition properly and successfully realize the same thing. And that is, you don't need to learn a new career. You just need to repackage the career that you've already got. The skill sets you already have are your greatest assets. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn turn your sales trauma, right, your business trauma into your biggest assets, and why SMBs, small and medium-sized businesses, will pay you handsomely for the skills you already have that you're currently giving away for a base salary plus commissions. Pennies for what they're actually worth. So we're going to talk about how to go to 25K in the next 90 days. Now, first thing we want to talk about is getting my face smaller because we don't need it big. And number one, the first mistake that people do is trying to escape their sales identity. What I mean by that is escaping it versus leveraging it versus leverage. Okay. So the problem is most sales pros think they need to hide their background when transitioning. They pursue certifications, they pursue courses, or they pursue completely new skills, thinking that their sales background is tainted or isn't all that they need or isn't enough. And so they undervalue what they've learned in the trenches. And objection handling, deal structuring, communications, follow up, follow through, grit, pipeline management, and it keeps them stuck because SMBs, they don't need another generic consultant with certificates. That's not what they need. They don't need somebody who just got certified in how to set up an NAN automation and that he's done it once before, right? They don't need providers that are built on sand. What they need is someone who understands revenue generation from the inside and the out. So your battle scars from sales are actually trust signals to business owners. So the fix is the sales surgeon positioning. What I mean by that is position yourself as somebody who's been in the operating room of revenue generation, right? Which is what sales is. Whether a business is installing roofs or new teeth, they have a sales function, right? So you've been in the operating room of sales generation your entire career. And so you want to lead in revenue generation, you want to lead with your sales wins, not despite them, but because of them. So an example, I've personally closed $2 million in deals. Now I help SMBs build systems to do the same thing without hiring expensive sales teams. Just one example. So your rejection stories become your credibility. I've heard 10,000 no's, so I know exactly which yeses matter for your business, right? So you want to leverage your experience, your background. You don't need to learn something new. You don't need to become an expert in technology. You just need to double down on the thing that you're already proficient at. Okay. And the cool thing is when you're selling AI and automations, the sales is about 100 times easier than most other things you've probably sold in the past, because most of the other things you've sold in the past have been a commoditized offer. This is not. Now, you can certainly sell it as a chatbot, which would be a commoditized offer, but that's not how we do it. And that's not how we recommend you do it because it just doesn't produce the best result for the business owner. So that's the first mistake. Mistake number two is building a consulting business instead of a fulfillment system. Consulting, fulfillment. Yes, and here's what I mean by that. Oh, Paul, aren't you an AI profit consultant? Yes, but listen. So the problem is most folks try to trade time for money, and they trade and they sell time for money consulting, right? So you're trading one hamster wheel for another. So you're trading time for money. That's not what we recommend. That's not what we mean by consulting. That's why there's an X through this. I'm talking about traditional, conventional, old school, old world consulting, okay? Which is what most people still think of as consulting. So they create custom proposals for every client, essentially becoming a freelance salesperson, or giving them your playbook and then they just take that and they bring it to somebody else. If you're providing proposals, you don't know how to sell and you're doing it all wrong, especially in the day of AI. When you go to look at a car, the salesperson can get you a proposal, a brochure. You can do a million searches on internet. You can do all kind of research. But if they simply toss you the keys and say, hey, go drive it around the block, 1,000 questions are answered in that demo, in that test drive. So that's what replaces the proposal, okay, with AI. So they think, the folks that approach this the wrong way think they need to be on call like they were in sales. Availability equals value. Wrong. And this just leads to another burnout cycle. You end up with 10 clients who want different things, right? You got an apple over here, a banana over here, a potato over here, broccoli over here, right? Your income is still tied to the hours you worked. And you recreate the same stress just without a boss. Now you're the boss and you're not a very good one, right? So the fix is what we call the signature system approach. The signature system approach. You create one core offer that solves one expensive problem for the business owner. And we've talked previously about the importance of doubling down on the fundamentals, which most businesses don't have because the technology is changing. They're not keeping up. They still think, that yellow page advertising is the way to go, metaphorically, right? So we want to focus on the fundamentals first, then the sexy later. And so you package it as a 90-day transformation, not as an ongoing consulting where you're going to be changing all this stuff all the time, having to do all these different things all the time. So an example would be the revenue accelerator system, right? Same framework applied to each client's business, okay? Charge 5 to 10K for the system. You deliver it in a couple hours a month max through other people. They pay a monthly recurring. And what's cool about this is this signature system yields profit more so than what they paid. In, out. They paid $1, they got $3 back, or 5 or 10. What that does now is creates credibility and allows you to then upgrade them into other services and offerings. The key insight here is the business owners don't want another employee. They want a proven process that will predictably create more money in than money out. Okay? They want a proven process. The third mistake that folks make is they launch as if they're starting from zero. Launch from zero. Okay? The problem is sales pros, agency owners, corporate escapees think they need a website, think they need a logo, think they need a business card. 6 months of runway before starting, think they need a business plan, think they need a loan, right? You don't need any of that crap, dudette. The mistake they make is they quit their job first, then they try to figure it out. Massive pressure, no income. They ignore their existing network because these people know me as a salesperson. That's bad. They won't listen to me. And why this multiplies your risk is very simply because you burn through savings while getting ready to get ready. So your savings depletes. As your money depletes, the pressure goes up. Bad, bad. You lose leverage in pricing because you're desperate. You have commission breath. And you miss the easiest sales, people that already trust you. Or setting up a simple system to acquire clients through ads like we do, right? Here's one example of what kind of revenue production can come from just running some simple ads. These are all appointments with buyers. So what's the fix? The soft launch strategy. Soft launch strategy. SLS. And what this is the first week or two, you list 20 people in your network who own or run SMBs. The next, you reach out with a simple message. Hey, I'm helping business owners solve this problem. Notice you might be dealing with this. Worth a quick chat? Week 5 and 8, you offer a beta program at 50% your target price to the first 3 clients. Week 9 to 12, you use case studies from the beta clients to charge the full price. You keep your day job until you have 15, 20, 25K a month in recurring revenue. Your first clients should come from relationships, not cold outreach. Or you can have them come from relationships plus paid acquisition. The worst positioning ever is cold outreach, cold call, cold email. That positions you as a moron, a nut. You want people to come to you. The best surgeon in the world, people come to them. They attract people. They're not chasing down patients. Okay? When you have the cure for cancer, you have the cure for business cancer with AI, then they should be coming to you. So again, list 20 people, 20 that you know or that are in your network that own or run SMBs. Reach out with the message, hey, I am helping businesses solve this specific problem. Insert the specific problem. Notice you might be dealing with this. Worth a quick chat, question mark. Number 3, then you offer a beta program, excuse me, 50% off. Leverage those clients, then scale, right? So you use testimonials, case studies from those beta clients to charge full price. Keep your day job till you're making 15, 20, 25K a month. And now you're in a position where you are launching from strength, not weakness, not craziness, right? So, reflection time. Do you understand that you have everything you need to be successful? Do you recognize that your background is your strength? You don't need to change your identity. You don't need to learn new things. You don't need to become credentialized or become a nerd or a technician or a developer. Okay? Leverage the skill set. Number 2, don't become a consultant. In quotes, deliver fulfillment, deliver results through a signature program that is the same first step for every client. That way you're disconnecting time for money. And with the signature approach, you have a time frame where they put in $1 and they get out multiple dollars. And you don't need to launch from zero. Don't quit your job. Don't deplete your savings. You just are reducing your runway. You're increasing your pressure. Instead, do a soft launch. Leverage what you already have. Deliver value. Pretty simple. So if this is something of interest to you, then let's talk. We help people 3 ways. The first way is we can get you appointments flooded into your calendar, literally flooded into your calendar. We do that through paid ads into an AI-powered appointment system. So the ads come in, the AI takes over, the ads generate the leads, the AI takes over, books, qualifies the leads onto a calendar. The first way we can help. So the second way we can help is we can help then turn those appointments into clients through our enrollment process, our 2-step enrollment process. The third way we can help is to deliver fulfillment with excellence. So that way you don't have churn. The clients that you enroll and onboard are happy and they stick and they keep paying because they're getting massive value. AI breaks all the time, so you want experts to be doing that. Please don't make the mistake we see so many people make, which is think that they can take on the fulfillment. The problem with that is when it breaks, you look like a moron. And now instead of staying in the lane that produces revenue, you're over here putzing around with fulfillment. And you're basically just putting out fires with unhappy clients. That really constrains your ability to scale your income because you can only handle a small cohort of clients with that model. Horrible model. And certainly don't hire somebody, just some rando on Fiverr or Upwork. Don't work with a company that has a vested interest in your success. We do an 80-20 split. You keep 80, we take 20 to do the fulfillment. Therefore, we're vested. We deliver value, so those people keep paying us, right? You and us. Don't just work with some white label outsource that doesn't have any skin in the game. That's foolish. Now, some people need help with all three of those. Some people need help with one. Some people know how to do the fulfillment, but they can't generate leads. We can help. Some people know how to generate leads. Some people know how to sell, but they can't do the fulfillment. We can help. Some people know how to generate leads. Some people know how to do the fulfillment, but they can't sell. We can help. So any one of those or all of those, we can help. And the way we do it is very simple. We offer a free initial call, about 15 minutes, free. There's no cost. You can't get started if you want. We have a paid program. Obviously, you get what you pay for, y'all. You can either trade your time and try to find the solutions via the free route through YouTube videos and podcasts and all this other nonsense, free groups where you go and create a Frankenstein of a monster, right? Kind of like if you're trying to lose weight, you get a little piece from here. Oh, it's high protein. Oh, it's high carb. Oh, it's low fat. Oh, you got to eat fruits. You got to eat nuts. You got to walk 100 miles a day. You got to walk 3 seconds a day. You pick a little piece of all the ones that you think make the most sense. You put it together. You got Frankenstein's monster. The reality is, if you knew how to make 20K a month, you would already make it. So it's a blind spot. It's information that you don't know what you don't know. Therefore, trying to use that same thought process of I don't know how to do this to try to source the solution to I don't know how to do this. You see what I'm saying? It's a losing game. So either you're going to pay with time or you're just going to pay with money and then get the thing installed. And so the way we work is if the first call goes well, then we'll schedule a second call. We'll invite you in to talk with one of our program directors. And you can pay for it two ways. You can pay cash on the barrelhead or you can finance it, just like college tuition. If you're looking to finance it for the marketing, the AI, the tech, the software, the support, our systems, our help, you're looking at a payment of about $400 a month, right about there, just depending on your credit profile. Obviously, your first deal pays for that, right? So you do your first deal and now your business is self-liquidating and there isn't any cost involved because the business is paying for itself. It's self-funding. We've got people all the time doing deals their first month. We had one guy do 4 deals his first week. All he knew how to do was just go tell everybody, AI readiness assessment. He didn't even know what he was doing, but he just followed our simple process because, again, you don't need to do what you're doing. If you had the cure for cancer, you put sticky notes on telephone poles, you wouldn't need to know what you're doing, right? If you knew how to create fire, you wouldn't need to know what you're doing. You just need to know how to do the 2 sticks together, or the flint and the steel, or whatever those things are, or flick the lighter, right? So this isn't about you being an Einstein sales professional because that's not scalable. We've done everything built to scale, meaning once you have this proper flow of appointments, now you can hire a full-time commission-only sales professional to work 40 hours a week for you, building you recurring income, right? So that can't be a complicated process. So I encourage you, if this resonates at all, take a look. We have a free Skool group where we share all of our systems, or book a call, 15-minute call, and we'll talk it through. We'll see how it goes. Okay? All right. God bless. We'll talk soon.